what he did. He came and touched the bier. Bier means casket, but they didn't have caskets. Bier means a platform on which the wrapped body would have been laid. They didn't put bodies in caskets back then. They wrapped them up. They would take them out to a burial place, either in the ground or in a cave-like tomb, and they would bury them. When he says he walked up and touched the bier, he walked up and touched the body that was laying there on that platform they're carrying out. Young man, I say unto thee, arise. Why did he raise this young man from the dead? For her. He didn't raise the young man for him. He raised the young man for her. Intercession. Who are you praying for? Who are you praying for? Good things can happen to other people's lives because you are concerned about them. Jesus raised this young man from the dead for the good of the woman, not the young man. And he that was dead sat up. That caused up controversy. Can you imagine the weeping and wailing? Oh, he's dead. Oh, he's dead. Oh, he's sitting up. As the professional mourners just begin to calm down one at a time, and the din just settles, and I guess that's over. Now the professional mourners are thinking, man, are we going to get paid anyway? I mean, it wasn't our fault the guy raised from the dead. We were wailing like we were supposed to be. Are we going to get paid here? I'm sure somebody went over to the mother and said, He sat up and began to speak. What did he say? What's all the noise about? I don't know what he said. But he began to speak. He didn't just sit up. Now, you've got to be honest. You've never been to a funeral where the body was laid out. I was. When my grandfather died, it wasn't a casket viewing. It was on a plank. They were still doing that. I'm from North Carolina. I'm from a very rural area in North Carolina. And there was this body. I remember I was a little kid. I remember how frightening that was. My mother made me go up to the body. It was her dad, and she said, "Come on, let's just say goodbye." And I'm thinking, I don't want to go over there. And she grabbed my hand and dragged me over to the body. I remember there's a little kid standing there going, I don't know if I like this or not. And Mom bent down and kissed him on the forehead, and I'm thinking, don't make me do that. Don't make me do that. But there he laid. What would have happened if he had just sat up and started talking? Well, number one, I wouldn't have been in the room very long. I would have probably taken off pretty quick. We read stuff like this and we think, oh, okay, he raised the guy from the dead. But can you imagine? Has that ever happened? Have you ever been to a funeral where the deceased got up? I haven't. That would be exciting. He sat up and starts talking to him. And I don't know what he said. Mom, what's going on? And he delivered him to his mother. In other words, he went over and helped the young man off the platform down to his mother and delivered him to her. She was the source of his compassion. I don't want this poor dear woman to live in fear where her next meal is going to come from, how she's going to live, who's going to take care of her, what's going to happen when she gets sick. Here's your son. Don't cry. Resurrection.